Good evening, folks. I just moved the cows over here onto this strip. You can see my fence lines right there, and they've got all the way down to the end of the field, essentially. And they're enjoying themselves. There's some pretty good forage in here, and the calves are looking good. I wanted to talk about something real quick. So between, about, I don't know, 1:30, 2 o'clock this morning, and then throughout this afternoon, we had a significant rain event, is what I'll call it. Look at this clover. Hey, Max. Jeez, bud. These flies right here. These big old horse flies. Yeah, it's okay, buddy. It's okay, buddy. I'm trying. Good boy, Maxie. Good boy, Maxie. Good boy. Anyways, she's about ready to have a baby, I think. See, she's getting bagged up there, looking a little swelled up in the vulva. Anyways, what I was saying, hi baby, is we had a significant rain event where we got from about 1 o'clock this morning until this afternoon. It rained a couple times, substantial amounts of rain at one time. So when I got home this afternoon, I didn't get a picture of it. My rain gauge said that I had 5 inches. And I think we got a little bit more than that, but we'll just call it 5 inches. But I wanted to show you what having some ground cover can do for you. So I'm walking out here in this field. It just got at least 5 inches of rain. I'm not sinking. I drove my four-wheeler all the way around it, and I believe I could probably bring my pickup out here if I wanted to and not sink in, not have any troubles. So having some cover, this cover acts like a sponge. It just soaks up that water, and it makes it to where your fields aren't disgusting. And there's stuff in here that the cattle aren't going to eat, like whatever that is. That stuff there, and you can see there's blister beetles on that one. Satan's spawn. And they won't eat whatever this is. You know, I don't know what this tall thing is, but they won't eat that. And they'll nibble on that really tall stuff back there. But by and large, you know, some of this stuff they're not going to eat. What do you think, Leia? What do you think, girl? Huh? Good girl. Yeah. Oh. Good girl. It's a good looking heifer right there. Yeah, I was talking about you. Oh, you want me to pet you some more? You want some more loves? I try not to touch their heads. I think I've said that before because I don't want them to come up rubbing. So when they come up trying to rub their heads on me, I kind of swat them. The only exception to that is Spicy. We've pet her all over her head. So anyways, they are enjoying this. There's some really good forage in here that they're going to get. There's some stuff, like I said, that they won't eat. We got some horse nettle, and there's horse nettle throughout. The bigger leafy stuff they won't eat. This tall stuff they won't eat. That tall stuff over there, they'll nibble on, but they won't really eat it. But they'll eat the other stuff. And if I don't leave them in here too long, it'll grow back. I'll be able to get another graze out of it. Today's August 14th. And we're looking pretty good. And we'll be going over here next. So they'll probably be in this one for a day or two. And then they'll go over here next. I'll make them another run, so on and so forth. So it's important to rotate your cows. So what they do is they nip the stuff down And then if you don't leave them in one spot for too long, they won't eat it all the way down to the dirt. So, and I'll show you what I mean by eating it all the way down to the dirt. So this is where I had some panels set up. So you can see the line right there. I had that panel turned this way. I had panels coming all the way to right here. And they were going to the back side of the water tank. And this is what I had that gate open right there. And they would come in to get water. And then they would go back out this way. And before, I had the water over on this side of the fence. So you can see what constant walking on it does to it. And it just kills everything out. It just smothers it to where it can't grow. And unfortunately, this is just a place where we're going to have high traffic. That's just the way that it goes. That's the way our farm is set up. And I don't have water everywhere. So, I have to have water points. And so inside of there is a water point. And then we made this a water point as well. I've had water points inside of there. So you can see what they've done over there. It's a reality of my situation and my setup. But the cows aren't pucking it up. Outside of right here, you can see where they've made some pretty good indentions in the mud because there was no grass. But where there's grass, they're not mucking it up. They're not destroying the ground. They're just walking and taking bites and enjoying themselves and looking really good while they're doing it. So just ask yourself the question, can your farm handle 5 inches of rain in a, let's call it a 8-hour period. Let's call it a 12-hour period. Can your farm handle a 5 inches of water in 12 hours? Or would your fields be underwater? Would they be a muddy mess? Would they not absorb it? And that's the whole point of this rotational grazing and leaving a ground cover is it acts as a sponge. So when the water does come, it has somewhere to go. It doesn't just sit on top, or what's even worse, run off. And you can see when I say runoff, even in a small area like this, you can see where the water was running. And it would get dammed up on something like that, just a little twig hanging out. But you can see the water ran and then it sat right here. So all of that was up higher before. And, it just slowly erodes it away and takes it where it doesn't need to be. But over here, where I've got ground cover, I've got a thick ground cover. Every drop of that rain, every drop of that 5 inches is in my field. And it's watering the grass, and it's going to make me even more drought tolerant. So this looks really good in here. But we haven't gotten any rain. That's the first rain we've gotten in, I want to say, a month. We haven't gotten any rain in a month until we got this. And at least 3 weeks. But it still looked green, and it still looked really good, and there was still a lot of nutrients in it. Because my ground can absorb the water, and it holds the water in there, and the plants use it as needed. So this is why it's important to rotationally graze, why it's important to move your animals around, and why it's important to leave a cover on the ground. So that cover provides a shield, and the worms and the soil biology, they eat that stuff as it breaks down. All this stuff that's turning brown, the thatch, it'll get broke down by worms and other soil microbes and living things, and it'll become soil. So Greg Judy says that I'm not a cattle farmer, I'm a soil biology farmer. And cattle is a byproduct of having healthy soil. And that's what I am trying to do. Have healthy soil and have healthy cows as a byproduct of my healthy soil. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. I'm enjoying I'm thankful for the rain for sure. It was nice. It is muggy out here though. Let me tell you what, just standing here in the shade, I am sweating, and tomorrow's going to be even worse. So I'm not looking forward to that, but it sure is nice having the rain nonetheless. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you get value out of this, hit that like button, maybe subscribe if you haven't already, and share a video with somebody, a friend or family or an enemy. I don't care. Just share it. Thanks, everybody. Be blessed. Be a blessing. I'll see you on the next one.